Blackstone buys more homes after Manhattan tragedy. So, Blackstone, the world's largest real estate owner, is back to buying up rental homes, especially in cities like New York, Atlanta, and San Diego. Why? Because rents are sky high, and the shortage of affordable housing isn't getting any better. Blackstone's real estate income trust now owns nearly 2,750,000 units across the U.S. But that's not even 1% of the country's 46 million rental homes. After a tragic Manhattan shooting killed four, including Wesley Lepatner, the CEO of Blackstone's real estate, of its 53 billion trust, the company's aggressive investment push is getting more attention. Are tenants being squeezed, or massive rent hikes and evictions in new normal? When companies like Blackstone pour billions into housing, who actually wins, families or investors, and what happens next to prices keep climbing? So we did quickly mention it last week about the shooter. It was on the 33rd floor, and I was kind of like conspiracy about it, and now they're trying to cover it up that this CEO got blasted, bro. Damn, I can't even say it like that. But rest in peace to the officer, the off-duty officer that got killed too. Sad moment for him. Rest in peace. Praises to the family. But in general, yeah. See, like I said, even Kay said it was weird. Prices are too high. You got all these. It's okay for small people to do small investments for their families and stuff, but when you have these big corporations spending billions and mass buying houses from smaller families, and it just makes it harder for any average person to actually invest or actually have a home, because them buying it, gentrification, it just makes it hard, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah. They want a world where everybody rents. They don't want you owning anything, and that's what's happening. Even
How'd you know this?
even the mansions and all that stuff that was burned down in LA, they're going to build affordable housing for, people to have to rent. They weren't allowed, they said they weren't going to allow them to rebuild their homes, and they're just going to have to sell that land. Yep. And in the end, they're getting what they want. So
Maui, LA, North Carolina, all these places are being bought up by these Blackstone, Black Rock, and all these investment firms. They're all buying it up, guys. So,
it reminds me of that episode. I just feel like how we kind of refer to Black Mirror a lot. It reminds me of that episode of Black Mirror where everybody lived in this, I forget, like it was this facility, and you had to run on a treadmill all day, and that's how you would get more and more money. Do you remember that episode?
Yeah.
And that's how they got money to do certain things or be rich or something, but they had to get to like a certain amount. I just feel like everything being bought up, they wanted to get to and prices skyrocketing more and more and more to get to a point where you can't afford it. And I feel like slowly but surely they're going to get everybody back into a slavery type system, and they're going to be like, you have to work for us to live here. This housing will be free, but you need to work for us. Yeah. I feel like it's going to turn into that type of situation eventually. Probably not for our generation, but the way things are coming the way things are going, it's going to come eventually.
A lot of people are saying go rent. It's not affordable right now, but
I'm like, the place that I'm staying, I stayed here like years and years back when I was a kid. Nothing new about it. Nothing improved. It's the same facility. It's the same area. It's the same property. Nothing different. And it used to be, back when I was a kid, it used to be what, like 1,100? Mm-hmm. And now somehow, some way, it's worth 2,000, 2,300, 20. No, what are we doing? Yeah. And that really wasn't even that long ago. So that's why I'm like,
I can't imagine like families suffering right now. Like, again, for the small investors, you guys could do that. I'm not knocking it. You're investing, you're buying gold, you're doing all this stuff. But there's these big firms that are doing it that I despise completely. But Blackstone's U.S. rental assets are concentrated in New York, Texas, Georgia, and Florida. CNBC. The firm's 315 billion real estate portfolio includes only about 55 billion in rental housing. That's still a lot of money. We're talking about billions of dollars. In San Diego, new tenant rents at Blackstone properties have risen 29% to 100% since 2021. That's Cal Matters. The University of California invested $4.5 billion in Blackstone real estate trust, sparking protests. Blackstone owns less than 1% of the 46 million U.S. rental homes. Yes, 1%. So you got BlackRock, State Street, all these investment companies. Yeah, they're gobbling it up.
And just like, guys, just for a world of being expensive, you guys got to think outside the box. And I'm not talking about going to find another 9 to 5, but guys, we have no choice. You got to start finding these side hustles.
Yeah.
Because these companies aren't even trying to hire people anymore either.
Thank you, Jess. Just you use AI. There's your phone. There's ways to make money. TikTok. You just gotta find. You gotta innovate. You gotta start building something as of right now.
The power and the knowledge and the resources you have just by having a phone is crazy.
Yeah.
And if you take some time and stop doom scrolling, you'll see how many things you can get yourself into with side hustles. And there's so much more. There's so many more things you can do on your phone than just doom scrolling on social media. I promise you.
Crypto.
You just got to think outside the box. If you just like kind of use these phones to your advantage, bro, I'm telling you.
Investing, guys. You gotta invest your money.
The sky is literally the limit. And the people, and you think like, some of these people come out here and they're like, oh, buy my books or this and that. Or, you'll see like 21-year-olds, 22-year-olds, 23-year-olds, millionaires. And you're like, this got to be a scam. I don't believe them. But it's really as simple as you don't see it often because they locked in and they were doing other stuff while you were doom scrolling. You know what I mean? It's really, when you really look at it, it's really not that hard if you really just can break out of that trance of being like, oh, I need to scroll for hours. Could you imagine the things you can get done? Yeah. If you took look at your screen time on TikTok, look at the screen time. Yeah. If you got 2-3 hours, 4 or 5 hours of screen time that day or multiple days a week, imagine the other things you could figure out or do every day.
It is the greatest wealth transfer. It is. And if you are a small business or you're a business owner, you are going to benefit off of that big, beautiful bill. No doubt. It's very little for us people that are wage earners, from W-2 wage earners. You really got no benefits. If you own a business, you have tax write-offs, tax deductions. And right now is the greatest time to be switching over to something that you could build up.
Now is literally the time really to just to get into these type of things. I promise you. Yeah. This is a lot of things are going on. A lot of issues are happening. I'm telling you, now is the time. Don't be sitting here doing whatever and 10 years down the line seeing other people's ideas and they're being rich. And you're like, man, why didn't I think of that? I knew that was it. Bro, I'm telling you.
You can't ignore what's happening. And just Colby Colbert, whatever, Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, Howard Stern. You see all these media people, BET, we were just talking about it. Like, they're all shutting down. Legacy media is falling apart. So I'll tell you right now, Jess, this is the best time to be doing what we're doing right now. Because those people are going to trying to find whatever other show there is online. And this is part of it. So, when a company with 315 billion in real estate gets even bigger, it's bound to shake up the market. On one hand, Blackstone says it's approving apartments and following the law, whatever. On the other, tenants feel squeezed by higher rents and the threat of eviction. The question is simple. Who is the rental market really for right now? Investors or the people just trying to pay the rent? For most, it's getting harder to tell, for real.
And remember, guys, we're not talking about get rich quick things. The things that are going to have you set in the long term, you have to learn. You have to set aside the time to learn it. I know a lot of people jump into a lot of this stuff, and if they fail within the first couple weeks, they give up and they're like, oh, this doesn't work. Yeah. You guys got to put in the time no matter what you're looking at to do. Learn it. Literally learn it. Don't just be like, oh, that's too hard, or this is too much, or I don't feel like sitting there and learning. Man, knowledge is power, and that's still real to this day. Yeah. You have to learn. You have to put in the time. Just think about it. Oh, this didn't work, or I didn't want to take the time to learn it for the next 6 months, and then you don't do it, and then 6 months pass already. You could have learned it. Right. Time is gone. You didn't do anything else. You could have learned it. Yep. You know? Yep. Put in the time, people. You guys are worth the effort. You are worth the effort to basically not be trapped in a 9 to 5. This is not natural. 9 to 5s are not natural. You're not supposed to spend your entire life. True. You spend majority of your life at work with your coworkers and your family. Mm-hmm. I don't think that's natural personally, but
comment below your thoughts. Do you understand what we're saying? Are you struggling right now? If you're struggling, figure it out for yourself, okay? They're not going to help you. They're still printing money. This is ridiculous at this point. But comment below your thoughts.